Just real quick, this senior class, they were the first group that I met with after accepting the job here. We sat down and we laid out some goals. Ultimately, maybe we came up a little bit short, but I think we hit a lot of them. Surprisingly, district championships, those weren't the things coming out of their mouths when we sat down. They really wanted to push this program, forward to ultimately reach that goal, of course. But they really wanted to, kind of lay the groundwork for the up and coming players, which I was, really impressed with. Usually when you sit down with kids, it's championships, it's state championships. Their focus was improving this program, improving the. Now I'm at loss of words. They just wanted to improve the program, which I thought was huge. So, and they did that. They committed themselves to that, and those 12 guys were huge for us all year. So first we have is Mike Charbonneau. Again, this is Mike's first year on varsity and played a big role for us, especially down the stretch. He got hot, he got real hot at the end and then chipped in some goals in some tight games, and I was really proud to have him. G-Men. Garrett Curran, senior, again, it was his first year on varsity. Probably I sat down and told him in the exit interviews that I had, he's probably one of the best kids I've ever coached, and he would have done anything for this team. And he's another one. Garrett, we got more, Garrett. Charbonneau,
yes, yeah. Charbonneau. I know it's hard.
Ryan Gumbar. Ryan's another one. If you were to look at our stat sheet, Ryan wouldn't be up to the top. But in my opinion, the other things that Ryan does were huge for us, and we really wouldn't have had any type of success that we had if it wasn't for Ryan working his butt off all the time. Chuck Panoff. If I was to, really put a label on anybody, Chuck was easily our most improved player this year. Matt Rickson. Matt was our starting goalie since game 2. To light a little fire under him early, but it paid off for us. I'll say this: if he didn't play in such a competitive league, he's easily an all-star. As Kyle puts it, he's the best saver in the league. He saw the North Sox. Ben's another one. Ben played defensive midfielder, which isn't somewhere that you're gonna rack up stats, but he was huge for us. Like I said, we play in a highly competitive league, and he saw the best and came out on top, more times than not. So. Down to our captains. The team is only as good as their leadership. We had 4 guys that really not only talk the talk but walk the walk, and really led these guys. And you saw it off the field, and you saw it on the field when we needed a big play. It was one of these 4 guys that was usually coming up with it. All 4 represented us in the North-South All-Star game. So we'll start with Ben Nicholson. Back. 10:30. 10:30. You. Mike Lingiza. Mike is the only 4-year varsity player graduating. Mike was probably the biggest big game player we had. I bet if I was to go through his stats, a majority of his goals were against teams like Algonquin and Westboro and Shrewsbury. And games where we really needed guys to step up. Those were the type of games that Mike stepped up. Let's go to Trevor Pilkington. Trevor played in the North-South Senior All-Star game, as well as being named a first-team Midwatch A All-Star, and I received an email this morning that Trevor is a first-team TNG All-Star. Led the team in points, led the league in goals, and I would say that if we had played 20 games, easily would have led the league in points as well. Everybody played 20. We only played 18. So for him to come out on top is Lastly, I have Kyle Elkins. Kyle's another North-South All-Star, first team Midwatch. Kyle, more than anybody else. More than anybody else. More than anybody else, Kyle in tight spots put the team on his back and always came up with huge plays. Kyle, hang on. Kyle is also the recipient of our Most Outstanding Contributor Award, which speaks to his leadership off the field and his playing ability on the field. And when I was approached to pick somebody for that, there was no question in my mind that it was going to Kyle. So, plaques in the mail. guys, and Mike and John Szanski for every varsity game. They kept our stats, and you know, they were there every game. They leave their JV game, get over to the varsity game, kept our book, kept our time at the home games, and they were a big help to me. So I just wanted to say thank you to them for that. Well, thank you.